Welcome to One India News Hour. Passwords are one of the sources of frustration. And can the future be passwordless? As the world continues to adapt to the pandemic, many organizations have opted to keep their workforce at home for a longer time, as some employees are spending time working both in the office and remotely. This hybrid workforce is already presenting many challenges for the IT teams, one of them being password security. Passwords have become one of the main sources of frustration for IT teams and users alike. In fact, today's IT teams are spending an average of 6 hours a week on password-related issues alone, an increase of 25% from 2019. On top of that, resetting, remembering and changing passwords continues to drive users to reuse their credentials across accounts, including personal and business logins, putting critical information at risk. While passwords have always been a prime target for malicious actors, this has only increased with the rise in remote work. From password stuffing to brute force attacks, threat actors continue to capitalize on moments in time like COVID-19 and rely on us, that is users, not following online security best practices. So, what can be done to alleviate password challenges? This is where passwordless authentication comes in. There is a need of urgency for improving security through passwordless authentication. A report shows we found that 92% of IT professionals believe that delivering a passwordless experience for end users is the future for their organizations. Yet, 85% do not think passwords are going away completely. A passwordless approach is not a replacement for passwords but a complement to them, and more importantly, a critical security improvement. Let's look into today's headlines in One India. Experts predict cybercrime might cost $6.1 trillion in 2021. The threat of cyber attacks has become even more menacing as the ongoing pandemic has made a larger segment of the population working from home. Cybersecurity experts predict that in 2021, there will be a cyber attack incident every 11 seconds. This is nearly twice what it was in 2019, that is every 19 seconds. It is expected that cybercrime will cost the global economy $6.1 trillion annually, making it the third largest economy in the world, right behind those of the United States and China. It's no wonder what within months of the pandemic's first lockdown, over 4,000 malicious COVID sites popped up on the internet. Microsoft to realign its online services charges in India and Asia region. Microsoft India recently announced that there will be charges in Indian rupee price list for commercial software and online services within India and Asia region effective February 1st, 2021. Indian rupee prices for commercial on-premises software will increase by 11% to realign close to prevailing US dollar pricing levels in Asia, and the revised Indian rupee prices for direct sales to India-based customers will be for a select set of online services such as Office 365, Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365 effective from February 1st, 2021. Indian rupee prices for online services will increase by 9% to realign close to global US dollar levels. Violence at Wistron's plant leads to loot of thousands of iPhones. Due to an ongoing dispute between Wistron and the contract laborers since 3 months, on Saturday a 2-hour violence broke out at the Wistron's Kolar plant, where it assembles iPhones, has caused losses amounting to an estimate of 437 crores. The losses are primarily due to the theft of thousands of iPhones allegedly looted from the unit during the violence and damage caused to the Wistron's assembly line and factory equipments. Online gift scam lures Tiki to lose rupees 26 lakhs. A 29-year-old IT professional from Pune was scammed for a whopping rupees 26 lakhs by fraudsters online using the gift trick. The techie was tricked into transferring the huge amount of money into fraudsters' accounts under the belief that she would be getting a costly gift from her company's boss in Australia. She reportedly transferred rupees 26 lakhs to the fraudsters at least 2 weeks ago and only came to know that she has been scammed after she asked for money from the relative who got suspicious and came to Pune, following which the scam was undiscovered. The police is currently investigating the matter and trying to identify the scammer. Tata Group interested to bid for Air India. Tata Group, India's largest conglomerate starting from salt to software, is believed to have submitted an expression of interest for the debt-laden national airline Air India. It is learned that the vehicle used to file the interest in Air India is AirAsia India, where Tata Sons has a significant majority stake. It is to be noted that the centre had in January sought bids for selling its entire 100% equity in the cash-strapped carrier airline, including Air India's 100% stake in no-frill subsidiary Air India Express Limited and 50% stake in Air India SATS Airport Services Private Limited. A group of 200 Air India employees are also expected to place an expression of interest, the deadline for which is Monday 5 p.m. Satya Nadella emphasized on the role of artificial intelligence in the recovery journey in the post-COVID world. Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft, at an event said, "Artificial intelligence and other digital technologies have ensured productivity and mission-critical activities during the pandemic." Nadella pointed out the innovation in India's digital infrastructure, data capabilities in business and improving user experiences with personal computing devices like mobile phones as the three main important layers in navigating the new digital world and the exponential growth they bring with them. India is a case study for profound change in modernization, said Nadella. India has transformed the public infrastructure digitally and has formed right public-private partnerships. These are the key to bring in more public participation in developing economics. This will also make the processes more inclusive, he said. Indian startup develops AI and IoT-based solution to conduct sero survey. The Delhi-based IT startup Thalamus Airvine partnered with state-run ITI and claims to have developed an artificial intelligence and IoT-based solution to complete a sero survey with 1 crore samples of COVID-19 cases within a week. Sero survey or seroprevalence studies are based on analysis of antibodies collected through blood sample collection. We have developed an artificial intelligence-based system to analyze samples tested for COVID-19 within a few microseconds. We connect our AI Internet of Things platform Garuda with our partner device that analyzes data in real time. Through our technology, we can conduct sero survey with 1 crore actual samples in a week, Thalamus Airvine chairman Rishabh Sharma said. Sharma said that data can be extrapolated over a large population and understand the movement of coronavirus across the country. Social media platforms should be classified as news media, said Supreme Court judge. As more digital information is getting transacted, the dependence for news on social media platforms has increased, and to restrain dissemination of false news and bots in the digital era, there is a need to classify social media platforms as news media and subject them to the same journalistic standards, Supreme Court Judge S. Ravindra Bhatt said. Justice Bhatt even questioned the neutrality maintained by such platforms in claiming no responsibility for content shared by users on these platforms. Jio Airtel to be associated with Google's Project Tara. Tech giant Google along with Reliance Jio and Bharti Airtel is reportedly in talks to come up with an initiative, Project Tara. This Google's novel project is in process to pilot high-speed internet and telecom connectivity using light beams. Google X, a company within Google that is known to work on so-called moonshots, started this initiative. Tara builds on the company's earlier efforts for internet connectivity solutions such as Project Loon and others. Project Tara has been piloted in Andhra Pradesh in India and Kenya in Africa, uses free space optical communications like light beams to provide internet connectivity to far-flung regions at a speed of 20 gigabytes per second. The project can bring connectivity to remote areas and resolve hurdles such as optic fiber installation and other infrastructures, which is said to have intrigued both Airtel and Reliance Jio to be a part of the project. The technology sends light beams instead of radio waves between transmitters and receivers attached to servers placed on buildings and structures. InfoEdge Funds expands corpus to 750 crores. Noida-based Indian online classified company InfoEdge has expanded the corpus of InfoEdge Venture Fund, that is IEVF, its alternative investment fund AIF, to rupees 750 crores. This follows a contribution of rupees 375 crores from MacRitchie Investments, an indirect wholly owned subsidiary of Temasek Holdings, a Singaporean holding company and prominent startup investor, filing with the Bombay Stock Exchange. InfoEdge launched IEVF in January this year as an INR 100 crore fund. The fund is sponsored through SmartWeb Internet Services Limited, a wholly owned company of InfoEdge. To conclude, passwordless authentication provides employees with a user-friendly and secure login experience to their work accounts and devices, no matter where they access them from, while eliminating the use of a password. It brings several benefits such as reduced IT costs by eliminating password-related risks, increased productivity among employees as they save time on remembering and or changing passwords, and stronger security by enforcing stronger passwords that employees do not need to remember, and guarding every access point with more secure forms of authentication. There are several methods organizations can implement to go passwordless, including single sign-on, that is SSO, and enterprise password management and multi-factor authentication, that is MFA. That means enabling MFA allows IT teams to manage access at the individual user level, defined groups, or even by job role. MFA is unique in the sense that before granting access to an application, it takes into consideration different factors, that is from location and IP address to biometrics versus only one factor as passwords do. This not only streamlines the process for the final user, it also improves IT's confidence into the identity of the person requesting an access. The future would be passwordless, but the experts cautioned that it may still need additional layers of security to keep cybercriminals at bay. Internet companies too have realized consumers' stress of remembering complicated passwords and risks of their reuse. Already we have seen efforts from the likes of Microsoft to build a password-free regime. The ecosystem, however, is still in its infancy and may take years to mature. So stay safe in this holiday season. Let's wind up for the day. Please download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.